Welcome to this month's roundup of news and polls from Ipsos MORI. This month, as most months recently, it's all about Brexit. We still don't quite know what's going to happen, but what we have found is the public are as divided as ever in terms of their preferred Brexit outcome. We found that 40% of us just say now, let's just leave without a deal, let's just get on with it. But 43% of us are opposed. There's been a small shift in favour of no deal as frustration mounts, but we remain bitterly divided. Generally, opinion is clearest in terms of having a general election to perhaps find a new lot of politicians to deal with the problems that we've given them. And the most unpopular option is the idea of just giving up on Brexit altogether. We can find only 30% who say we should now just cancel our departure from the EU and not bother holding a referendum, just get on with life as it was before. But 53% of us opposed to that. So again, divided. At the same time, despite our dissatisfaction with the way the government's handling Brexit, many more people are satisfied with Boris Johnson's performance on this issue than they are with Jeremy Corbyn. Nearly 4 out of 10 people say they're happy with the way the Prime Minister is proceeding. The figure for Jeremy Corbyn is only 15%. As we've seen in the past, his satisfaction rating is one of the lowest we've ever seen for any leader of the opposition. Other things that we've looked at this month include trust in the British establishment, and indeed, who is the establishment? What we found is that people don't really trust the establishment. We've got 6% who say they almost always do. I think that might include quite a lot of the establishment. But 35% conversely say almost never. And another 32% of us just say, well, I only trust them sometimes. And then we looked at who's on the side of the people and who's on the side of the establishment. And this was quite interesting. The Brexit Party, Leave MPs and Nigel Farage are most likely to be mentioned as being on the side of the people. But who's on the side of the establishment? Most likely, actually, to be the Conservative Party and Boris Johnson, despite how he sometimes positions himself. And the Queen, perhaps fortunately, is both on the side of the people and equally on the side of the establishment. She's sitting on the fence. She's neutral. And then finally, as we've looked at World Mental Health Day this month, and the Royals are now, of course, supporting Every Mind Matters, we looked at attitudes to mental health around the world. And what we've seen in Britain over the last few years is a doubling in recognition of mental health as a challenge facing the country. And perhaps as part of that, the British are now more tolerant than many other countries around the world when it comes to mental health. We've got 3/4 of us who say it really ought to be treated like an illness, like any other, which is the highest of all of the countries that we polled globally. At the same time, we've got a very large proportion of people who say they'd be afraid to mention that they had a mental health problem at work in case it led to them being treated differently or in some cases even fired. So we've got some way to go, whatever people say about their tolerance towards it. Overall, we've also looked at climate change, of Extinction Rebellion, blocking major cities and airports. We've got 80% globally who say urgent action needs to happen to do something about it. And this is something that we can now see unites the world more than virtually anything. The question is whether it leads to real changes in action. But undoubtedly, public opinion is moving. All that and much more this month. We've looked at how physically active people are, and we found 1 million more people in Britain are now doing exercise than 4 years ago. We've looked at clean eating, detox and plant-based food, and we've looked at body image around the world and how digital banks are taking over more and more of the banking provided in this country. All this and much, much more. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.